You are 12 years old, and you are standing behind a curtain in the back room of your father's restaurant in Flushing, Queens. On the other side, 8 men are playing Pai Gow around a folding table. The air is thick with cigarette smoke and the sound of tiles clicking like teeth. Your father is not a gambler. He is the house. He takes 4% of every pot, the rake, and in exchange provides the table, the tiles, and the assurance nobody gets robbed on the walk to their car. You are supposed to be doing homework. Instead, you are counting. You watch a man named Uncle Bao lose $1,400 in 40 minutes and order another Ching Tao like nothing happened. You watch your father sweep $320 into a coffee tin at the end of the night. No product. No inventory. No risk of the thing that keeps your mother awake. The health inspector, the landlord who raises rent every February. You do not know the phrase expected value, but you understand at 12 that the man who plays the game works hard and the man who owns the game goes home with the coffee tin. This is your life at every rank of the casino empire. From the back room in Flushing to the top floor of a tower on the Cotai Strip. Every bet placed by someone else. Every percentage point that belongs to you. Level 1, the runner. Your father has a heart attack. He survives. The restaurant does not. $74,000 in hospital bills, and the Pai Gow room goes dark because trust does not transfer like a lease. You drop out and run deliveries for a bookmaker in Chinatown named Mr. Liu. Envelopes between restaurants, laundromats, a dim sum place on Mott Street with more cameras than a bank. $600 a week in cash. But you do something the other runners do not. You watch. You memorize addresses. You count envelopes. You calculate $280,000 moves through Mr. Liu's operation weekly. Maybe $340,000 during football season. He takes 11%. You do the math on a napkin the way your father used to. You keep the napkin. Your risk, state gambling charges, 2 to 4 years. You looked it up at a public library. You are already calculating exits before you have fully entered. Level 2, the book. Mr. Liu retires to Vancouver with 2 suitcases and a wife 30 years younger. You take a slice of the book. College basketball. You run it from a bubble tea shop in Sunset Park. Your line sheet is a Google Doc shared with 14 regulars. You set odds using a model you built. Pace, rebounding margin, turnover rate, referee tendencies. Your edge is not intuition. It is arithmetic. Monthly handle, $190,000. Your hold average is 7.3%. Income, $13,870. You are 21, making more than your father ever did from a laptop, and you have never placed a single bet. The first rule, the only rule. The house does not gamble. The house collects the difference between hope and mathematics. You pay taxes on a fictional consulting firm registered in Delaware, $4,200 a quarter, enough to justify the apartment in Bay Ridge and the used Camry. You are laundering money, technically, but at this scale it is less laundering, more rinsing. A light cycle. Cold water. Level 3, the floor. You fly to Las Vegas, not to gamble, to learn. You walk the Bellagio floor for 6 hours. You look at the carpet, patterns that hide stains and guide traffic towards slots. The ceiling, no clocks, no windows, oxygen-enriched air to keep people awake at 4 o'clock. Chip denominations, $5 near the entrance, $100 in the back. A gradient of commitment designed to pull you deeper by the inch. A casino is not a building. It is a machine. Every square foot engineered to extract money from the human nervous system. You get a job as a surveillance analyst at the Venetian, $52,000 a year. You sit in a dark room watching 36 monitors. You learn to spot card counters by bet rhythm, chip dumpers by stack direction, cheating dealers by shuffle speed. You learn the one truth every casino employee knows: the math always wins. Not sometimes, always. The house edge is gravity. You cannot beat gravity. You can only delay the fall. You watch a woman play the same penny slot for 9 hours. She feeds it $20 bills the way a person feeds bread to ducks, mechanical, rhythmic, disconnected from outcome. She loses $1,100. She tips the cocktail waitress $5 and walks to the parking garage, and you watch her on the monitor, and she sits in her car for 14 minutes before starting the engine. She will be back tomorrow. You know this because the machine knows this. The machine was designed to make tomorrow inevitable. You save $40,000 in 2 years. You quit. You have a plan. Level 4, the owner. You buy a bar on Fremont Street. Rosie's, 12 slot machines, 4 video poker terminals, a liquor license that costs more than the furniture, $380,000. You put down $110,000 and finance the rest at 9.2%. The average slot in Clark County earns $142 per day. 12 machines, $620,000 per year in gross gaming revenue. After lease payments, staff, electricity, insurance, and the liquor that keeps people at the machines. Net, $194,000. You hire a compliance officer, a former state regulator who knows where the lines are because he used to draw them, $88,000 a year. Worth 10 times that in fines you never pay. You do not drink. You do not gamble. You do not stay past midnight. You are not in entertainment. You are in mathematics. Entertainment is the delivery mechanism. Probability is the product. Level 5, the chain. 7 locations. 3 downtown bars, a truck stop near Prim, 2 taverns in Henderson, a slot route servicing 14 laundromats and gas stations. Total machines, 340. Revenue, $11.2 million. Net, $3.1 million. 46 employees. A CFO from Station Casinos. A lobbyist in Carson City at $8,000 a month who keeps one sentence out of one bill. A sentence that would have required a $500,000 bond per slot route location. It does not pass. Your $96,000 lobbying spend saves $7 million. You buy a house in Summerlin. Pool you never use because you leave at 6 o'clock and return at 22 o'clock. You date a woman named Christine from Win Marketing. She asks what you do. Gaming. She says, like apps? You say, like slot machines. She pauses. Then smiles. The pause was the honest part. The smile was the adjustment. Nobody wants to date the man who profits from grandma's social security check. They want to date the man who works in gaming. Level 6, the Strip. First Strip-adjacent property. A 340-room hotel casino on Convention Center Drive. Previous owner destroyed it with debt, divorce, and a $14,000 a month cocaine habit. Purchase, $62 million. You finance $48 million, put up $14 million cash. You gut the casino floor. Sightlines eliminating dead ends. Sounded exactly 72 decibels. LED lighting calibrated to suppress melatonin. 1,200 slots. 86 table games, 620 employees. Open in 9 months. First year, $94 million revenue. EBITDA, $18.4 million. You marry Christine. Wedding, $340,000 in cash from an account that exists because 1,200 machines take money from strangers every second. You do not think about this during the ceremony. You think about her hand shaking when she holds yours, and the feeling, rare, getting rarer, of being a person instead of a margin. A man collapses on the floor at 3 o'clock on a Wednesday. 11 hours of blackjack. His wife called the front desk twice. Casino policy? Do not intervene unless the guest requests it. You wrote that policy. Security calls an ambulance. He survives. You do not change the policy. Level 7, the Mogul. 4 casinos. Vegas, Reno, Biloxi. 6,400 machines, 310 tables. Revenue, $480 million. 4,200 employees. You sit on the American Gaming Association board. You testify before a state legislature about jobs and tax revenue and do not mention that your own data shows 41% of slot revenue comes from 3% of players. The ones your industry calls high-frequency guests and everyone else calls addicts. Net worth, $220 million. Penthouse at the Waldorf Astoria. A ranch in Montana you visit twice a year. A security detail of 2, not because you need protection, but because the insurance policy on your life requires it. You receive a letter from a woman in Biloxi. Her husband lost $340,000 at your casino over 2 years. She found the statements after his funeral. He hanged himself in the garage. She is not suing. She is asking you, personally, how you sleep at night. You read the letter in your office. You put it in a drawer. You do not respond. You do not change the credit policy. You do not change anything. And the ease with which you file the letter and open your laptop and return to the revenue report is the thing that should horrify you, but it does not, because the machine does not have a conscience. It has a margin, and you are the machine now. Christine asks you to take a weekend off. You say you will. You do not. She stops asking. You notice this the way you notice a burned-out hallway light. You register it, intend to fix it, walk past it for 6 months. Level 8, the house. Macau, a $1.4 billion integrated resort on the Cotai Strip. 2,800 rooms, 900 tables, a VIP floor where minimum bets start at 500,000 patakas, $62,000 per hand. Junket operators bring high rollers from the mainland. Factory owners, developers, party officials spending money they cannot explain. They play baccarat for 72 hours. Your VIP hold averages 2.85% on a monthly handle of $1.2 billion. That is $34 million per month. You sit on the 38th floor watching a man lose $4.3 million in 3 hours. He is calm. He will lose another $2 million before sunrise and return next month because the losing is not the point. The ritual is The feeling of a room where money moves at a speed that makes normal life feel like standing still. The difference between you and him is not intelligence. It is which side of the math you were born on. The machine does not care about either of you. It cares about the edge. The 2.85%. The gravity. Net worth, $1.1 billion. Forbes list. Your father's coffee tin held $320. The math is the same, 4% of the pot. Scale is the only difference between a back room in Flushing and a tower on the Kotai Strip. Christine filed for divorce 8 months ago. She said, "I am married to a building." She was not wrong. The end. You fly to New York. First time in 3 years. You drive to Flushing. The restaurant is a pharmacy now. The back room is a storage closet filled with boxes of ibuprofen. You stand in the parking lot in the rain. A $4,000 coat. Shoes that cost more than Uncle Bao lost in 40 minutes 34 years ago. Your driver waits in a black Escalade. Your father died 6 years ago. Quietly. In a hospital in Queens, your money could have replaced with a palace. He refused. He said the room was fine. He asked you to bring soup from the place on Roosevelt Avenue, the one with the wontons. You sent your assistant because you were in a meeting in Macau. The soup arrived cold. He ate it anyway. You stand in the rain and understand what the coffee tin was. Not greed, not ambition. $320 so your mother could eat, and the landlord could be paid, and the lights could stay on 1 more month. Your father took 4% because 4% was survival. You take 2.85% because 2.85% is empire. The math is the same, but something in the translation was lost, and you cannot name it, and the rain is getting heavier, and the Escalade is warm, and you get in and close the door. The parking lot disappears in the mirror. The pharmacy that was a restaurant. The closet that was a back room. The place where you learned that the house always wins. You are the house now, and you are winning. And it does not feel like anything at all.